Hello, how are we all? I just thought I would check in and talk about some changes that are going on my channel. So, I've always been known as the Blonde Psychic, okay? That has been my username for years since I started tarot, okay? It has been a cult thing for me because it's fun, it's playful, it's quirky, and I've always been blonde. But as I'm growing, as I'm developing, as I'm awakening as a reader, I'm kind of at my final stage of awakening, and it has opened my eyes to things beyond belief. So, personally, just let me talk personally for a minute. I've been really tired a lot lately. I was diagnosed with anemia, which made me really tired. I had an iron transfusion, but it was still bad. Upon further investigation, it turns out I have an autoimmune disease called Graves' disease. It is a thyroid condition. It makes your thyroid produce too much thyroxine, which then makes your body work in overdrive and just makes you exhausted, can't sleep properly, irritable, hot, sweaty, get heart palpitations, and you look really drained and exhausted and tired all the time. And so this is why haven't been motivated, have been in my home a lot, am tired a lot. So that's what's been going on for me on a personal level. It's that much to the point where I don't even want to wear makeup anymore. And I would never get on camera without hair and makeup done and looking pretty. But you know what? I've got shit going on in my own life, and I'm exhausted, and I have 4 children, and I have a partner, and I have 3 birds and 3 dogs and a sick mother, and life's just life, okay? It's our human life. We are living our human existence, and we have to honor that human existence that we're living, okay? I don't money doesn't motivate me anymore. I'm not impressed by money. I hate money. It's just not for me. As long as I have love and the love of my children and the love of my pets and animals and support people and the love of you guys, and I can give back and do what I want to do, that is fulfilling enough for me, okay? That in itself is fulfilling. So what I'm saying is I put up a post on my Facebook page not long ago, and I'm changing my brand because the Blonde Psychic will always be a part of me, and the quirky side of her will come out now and then. Don't worry about that. I'm going to stop worrying about followers. I'm going to stop worrying about copying people, living up to standards of other tarot readers. Not copying per such, but living up to standards of well-known tarot readers. I won't name them, but you know who they are. And some of them are beautiful and genuine, and some of them are just greed and money orientated, and I don't know why they have a following, so I'm not going to name who they are, but that is just my opinion of them. So I'm going to stop comparing myself to them. I'm going to start posting things that I want to post, that I'm passionate about. I'd like to post things where you can actually teach and learn and grow and learn to heal, or learn from the pick a card that I'm actually going on about. I do have blonde tangents. Remember that, okay? If you've been following me, remember that. I have blonde tangents. So the changes that are happening to my channel. So after a very long sleepless night, I decided, I think I went through my final stage of awakening, because I'm now at the point where I don't care about who people follow, what they believe in, whether they think my way of life is garbage or not. You have free will at the end of the day. You are going to believe what you want to believe. You're going to believe the world was created in one certain way. Someone else is going to have another spiritual belief about the world was created another way, okay? Whatever spirituality you are, whatever you believe in, whatever you choose to believe is your right to do so. That is what my new belief is. Yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in starseeds. I'm doing a lot about starseeds at the moment, and I'm writing about that. But it was overwhelming, and it was becoming a way of life for me. But I thought, hang on, this is not my true authentic self, because I actually believe in God and I believe in the universe. All that is still a part of me, inside of me, okay? And that is my belief, and I don't push that on anybody. That's where I get back to the fact that you can believe what you want to believe in. You have free will. It is your choice. I do not push my beliefs on anybody, okay? But the starseed way of life was overtaking my life in a sense, and I was living it for 2 weeks, or the last couple of weeks, because I'm writing a book about it. Because I actually have been channeled and contacted by my Starseed life myself. Her name's Mida. She's from Lemuria. And she's still a part of me, inside of me. Living inside of me, as are my other 7 past lives as well. Each part of them, there's a part of them living still inside of me. This is what I've put it down to. I was struggling with, so many people have so many different opinions. And I thought, you know what? At the end of the day, the only person's opinion that matters is me. As long as I'm living my truth and my belief system, and I'm being my authentic self, that's all that matters at the end of the day. And that's the frame of mind we've got to all come to, okay? I think the answer is and always comes back to love. We all need to start thinking peacefully, empathetically. I can't say that word. Give me a break. Empathetically. Why can't I say that word? Empathically. With compassion, love, trust, and all really act and think from a good perspective and place in our hearts. People that think and act from an egotistical 3D point of view, the realists, look, that is your choice at the end of the day. Just because you're not awakened and don't believe in what I believe in, please don't put your opinion of what I do and what I believe in on me. I do not want to hear your opinion. If I'm not for you, I'm not for you. Please move on. I'm not forcing anybody to watch this channel. I'm losing a lot of followers because I'm being my authentic self and I'm not all lighthearted and, oh, you're going to love this person and get with this person. And, you know, I like to teach from experiences I've been through so you can relate. That is really what I do as a tarot reader, and now I'm actually moving beyond tarot. I'm writing and I'm also educating in this field, so it's gone beyond tarot now. And my health has kind of kicked me in the ass and said slow down. So I'm slowing down. I'm not letting anything define my way of life anymore. I'm living my truth. I'm living for freedom. I'm living for self-belief. I actually developed my own little motto. It is growth, knowledge, enlightenment. And it kind of acts as stages of spiritual awakening or awakening in general. So growth, you're curious about it. You think you're different. You know you're different. You know there's more to this world and more to you as a human being. Knowledge, you seek out the knowledge and you research ways and paths you can find out the truth that you want to live, who you really are. What is the world? What is the right religion for you? What do you want to follow? What belief system do you believe in? And then you put them in place and live accordingly. And then enlightenment. Once you've been through all these stages, you get to a point where you have freedom of choice. You're thinking and acting from a heart space for the good of people, giving back without wanting to receive, not living for joy. Well, obviously you need to live for joy, but not making it a priority, not like putting yourselves first and seeking out, you know, benefit of yourself rather than the benefit of mankind. You know, it's just thinking from a perspective where you're not expecting. You're doing things out of the good of your heart rather than for the good of your soul. No, that didn't make sense, did it? For what you can gain for your being. I can't believe I stuffed that up. It did make sense in my head. So let me start that one again. You do things for the good, from the good place in your heart, and from a loving place, but you don't do it from an evil place. This is not making sense, is it? I'm going to pause and gather myself. Okay, so you're doing things from a place of love, from heart space. You're passionate about it. You don't feel the desire for greed or money or materialistic things. You do things out of the goodness of your own heart, and you don't care if you get a thank you in return. Your expectations are fulfillment enough that you're doing something for someone in this world. That is the highest part of enlightenment. There's no higher form of enlightenment. Once you're living this stage and applying it to your everyday life, you're not needy, you're not materialistic, you're not, looking for pleasures or way to dull down or numb out the pain. That is the biggest form of enlightenment. It took me a lot of trauma, a lot of healing, and I still have my days where I go through the doubt and the healing and the crying and the, the universe really reminds me that I still have to do a lot more work. I think, nope, I'm invincible, I'm good, I don't need this. But you know what? Nothing's ever healed completely. There's always going to be events that pop up in your present from your past, or your future plans aren't going to go to plan. And it's going to put you on a, either a path of complete change or a path of, well, I tried my best, it failed, I'm not on that path anymore. Maybe it's not meant to be. Remember, one door closes without another door opening. Change is scary. And a lot of people, spiritual awakening in general is very, very scary. You're going through a lot of changes, and sometimes they happen to you, not for you. Sometimes the universe just forces change upon you. Our tower moments are thrust upon our lives because the universe actually just wants them gone, wants our path to change, wants us to awaken and live our best lives from a heart space. And the answer is always love. It always comes down to love. Doing things without reciprocity. I always struggle with that word. Go and watch my bigger cards. Always struggle. Doing things without wanting things back in return. Living from a heart space. Acting from a heart space. Not, being a chauvinist and going for looks or whatever. If you're in the dating game and, I don't like the dating world. I hate it. I've always been a relationship type person. But even when I was single, I was kind of okay being single because I thought, you know what? I'm enough for me. I had enough self-love. I connected in other ways. I fulfilled my world with love in other ways, through my pets, through my children, through just by other means, by helping and giving back. And obviously we all have sexual pleasures and we all have desires and we need joy in our lives. There are toys for that, by the way. I'm not getting too personal, don't worry. But there are measures and means and other ways to fulfill our lives than the toxic traits that we had put in place before our awakening. It does take a lot to get to this stage. As I said, it took me a lot of trauma and many number of years to get through and to get to this stage. But now I'm living my truth. I'm living this spiritual, beautiful, awakened life. And I have the freedom to choose what I want to believe in and how I act and what I do. That's what it comes down to. Yes, I'm still honoring. You've got to first and foremost honor your human life, your human existence, okay? I've got to pay my bills to have a house. I've got to feed my children so they're healthy. I've got to look after my pets. You've got to do all these things in your human life to live. It's as simple as that. You've got to honor them first. If you're working, you shouldn't be like a slave though. You shouldn't be working day in and day out with no joy and fulfillment in your life. Giving back to the corporate world without getting any fun or joy or anything out of your life besides work in return, okay? You've got to get to a place of self-love, of not being needy, not wanting materialistic things, not wanting, the best of everything, because self-fulfillment comes from in here, comes from your heart space. And again, everything comes back to love. Working and acting from a place of love always defeats evil, always defeats toxic traits, circles, and the bad that's on the earth. I don't care. You do not have to believe me, okay? I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm just expressing my truth, my opinion, and the way I'm living now. Freedom to choose. What you believe in, how you live, is your choice. I'm just saying you should not be a slave to the corporate world. You should have balance, equal balance in your life. Number one, value, honor your human life. Take care of yourself, your children, physical, mental health. They all need to come as your first priority. Number two, balance. You need to find balance within your human life with your awakened life and awakened self, and try and balance the two out. You'll lose a lot of friends and people during this process. That is a given. People are not going to like the new you, the way you're living, your awakened self. You've got to find a way to mesh two worlds together, okay? You've got to bring your awakened life and your human life together in a balanced area. And this is very hard. A lot of people, I've been made a lot of connections through this awakening, and a lot of people are struggling because they're so awakened and they're like, I can't even think about dating someone that's in the 3D world, stereotypical man, or can I see a dick pic? Can we hook up? Blah, blah, blah. They're just not on their level. I get it. I so get it. I could never be with someone, a stereotypical person anymore. Once you're awakened, everything changes. Trust me, everything changes. The way you think, act, and live changes. You've just got to find the balance in between. And the stages: growth, knowledge, enlightenment. There are 3 steps to it. It is simple as that. If anybody wants to know more, I'm happy to do more talks about it. I just wanted to explain who I am as a person, explain the changes I'm going through, the path I'm on now. And that's to do what I want and talk about what I want and the changes that are important to me and that I think you guys will benefit the most from. I will probably lose even more followers, but that's okay because that just means they're not for me, okay? This is a huge decision for me. I wear this cross every day because I do believe in God, okay? But even bigger than God, I believe in the universe and I believe in this process. So I've ordered myself a custom, I created the custom logo of growth, knowledge, and enlightenment. I've actually ordered one of them. I found a jewelry maker in the USA and they're actually making a gold pendant, new gold necklace for me. So this will be removed and the new one will be permanently on my neck because that is my new belief. That is what I believe in. That is how I'm going to live my life. And that is what I'm going to be teaching on my channel from now on. If it's not for you, I have had fun working with you as a blonde psychic. I will be now working under my name, Donna Hawthorne. That is all my new socials as well, Donna Hawthorne. And I'm sorry that I'm losing you as a subscriber, but I have to live my authentic self, my authentic life. And this is just the path I'm on now. And this is the true version of the person I'm meant to be. So I hope you can stay with me. I hope you enjoy the journey and the new progress and direction that the channel takes. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me. And any questions, I'm happy to answer.